Okay, boys and girls, today we are going to be ordering decimals to the thousandths place from least to greatest, or ordering those same decimals from greatest to least, depending on what the question asks. Now, there are a couple of different steps we can take in order to do this. The first step is we need to take our numbers and we need to line up all their decimals and we need to write them one on top of the other. So here is my list of numbers. So we have 0 and 12 hundredths, 1 and 2 tenths, 1 and 21 hundredths, and 12. Okay. Now, as you can see, I have got all of my decimals lined up. I can even draw a line straight through them to show that they are in line. Okay, which means that this is my ones place, this is the tenths, that's the hundredths, and then the next place would be the thousandths. Okay, but as we can see, there are no thousandths in any of these numbers. Okay, so step 2, after lining up the decimals, is to fill in all of the placeholders to make sure every spot has the same. So since we have a tens place right here, we need to fill in a placeholder for all of the tens. We have all the ones, we have all the tenths places, and then fill in for the hundredths. So now all of our numbers have the same amount of digits in them. And now this is where it comes for us to compare, to put them in order from greatest to least. So we start at the greatest place value, which is the tens place, and I have a 0, a 0, a 0, and a 1. Well, I know that 1 is the largest, so this means that this is my largest number. So I'm just going to put a little 1 next to it, and then I'm going to cross it out so I don't use it again. Next, I go to the ones place, 0, 1, 1. Well, since these two ones are the same, and that's the next largest, they are greater than 0, I need to go to the next place value, 2 and 2. Since those are the same, I need to go to my next place value, 0 and 1. Since 1 is greater than 0, I know that this is my next number. And then I'm going to cross it off so I don't use it again. Now between my last two numbers, I've got a 0 and a 1. I know 1 is larger than 0, so this would be 3. And then this would be my smallest number, my fourth number. And then I just go back over and I write them in order from greatest to least. So it'd be 12, 1 and 21 hundredths, 1 and 2 tenths, and 12 hundredths. Now we can also use the same strategy when doing a word problem using a table. 4 friends are going to different summer camps. The table shows the distance between each camp and their hometowns. Order the distances from least to greatest. So I'm going to again line all mine up by decimal place. Since they're not quite, I'm just going to write it again and make sure I keep my place value in order. So 42 and 5 tenths, 64, 87 hundredths, and 42, 35. Okay, again I'm going to fill in any placeholders that I might have, and it looks like all the tens are there, all the ones, all the tenths, not all the hundredths are there, so there we go. And then I'm going to compare starting with my largest place value, which is the tenths. Remember, I'm going from least to greatest. So 6, 4, 6, 4. So the 4s are my smallest. So I'm going to make sure that I just look at my 4. So I've got a 4 here and a 4 here. Let's go to the next place. 2 and 2, those are the same. 5 and 3. Well, I know 3 is smaller than 5, so this would be my smallest number. Done. So now I'm coming back up here to my other 4, because that would be my next smallest number, because they both had a 4 in the tens place to start. So now I go to my 6 and my 6. Done, done. 4 and 4. 2 and 8. Well, I know 2 is less than 8, so that must be my next place. And then the largest would be my 8. So now when I put them in order from least to greatest, I have 42 and 35 hundredths, 42 and 50 hundredths, 64 and 25 hundredths, and 64 and 87 hundredths. And that's how we put our decimals in order from least to greatest or greatest to least.